Hey y'all! Welcome to Teapod, where we try to see the world with a little more color, and we are excited! All right, shall we get into it?
Yeah, let's
Let's
get into it.
go.
And wait, I just want to say really
So,
quick before the comments eat me up. This is not a wig. Okay, my hair has grown out since we last were on the pod. Last time it was a bob, and after a couple weeks, it's come down to my uh clavicle. So I just wanted to address that because I know the girlies on TikTok have been commenting that, oh, why are they wearing a wig? Why are they wearing a wig? It's not a wig. It's my hair. Anyway, let's get into this episode, PJ, please.
absolutely. um, let and it
Jeez.
lives, it slays. So something caught my eye this particular week. As a reminder, we record 2 weeks prior, so we are actually recording on the 8th of August, 2026. Something that caught my eye this week was the situation with Ariana Grande. If you don't know who Ariana Grande is, crawl out from under the rock. But she is a pop star actress. She started off on Nickelodeon doing Victorious. She has been on Broadway. She just recently did
Girl, I think
Wicked
most people
and
know who
released an
Ariana Grande
album.
is.
Yeah, we know
You
who.
need to
Listen,
come on, get into it. What's the tea?
I'm trying to I'm trying to let some of them know. Some people might live under a rock. But so she recently went viral because she released a music video where she was wearing this low cut dress, and it showed off her body, and people had opinions about that. Specifically, actress Jameela Jamil,
From The
who
Good Place.
is she from? Yes, she wrote, and this is kind of what got the firestorm started. She wrote on social media, and this is from the Daily Mail, quote, "This poor woman is possibly dying right in front of us. This outfit is designed to accentuate the thinness for discourse. Her team are thoroughly irresponsible for not guiding her away from this deeply damaging image for her young fans. To see so glamorized." Um, Ariana Grande's team responded to this and the backlash because that started a whole storm of people's opinions. So they issued a statement. Ariana Grande will soon take a step back from the public eye and is dropped out of her next project amid
Good.
growing concerns over her health. The star is in the middle of a 41-date world tour and last week released her latest studio album, Pedal, and accompanying new single. The rep said Ariana will be taking a step back from visibility after she completes the Eternal Sunrise tour. She looks forward to finishing the tour and ending it on a high note, both healthily and happily, and then taking a much-deserved break from public-facing work and appearances, which has led to endless, ongoing public scrutiny, the rep continued. This tour has been a beautiful experience for her. She loves her fans and has loved every minute of this tour so much. And then I saw, was it yesterday, I think?
Yeah.
On Tuesday, Ariana Grande released her own statement, and I would love to play that for the chat just a little bit. Yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Hi everyone. I have made my coffee. I'm on my way to work soon. I just wanted to come on, and I don't do this often. I don't like it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it and I don't like it, but I just wanted to address your concerns about my body and talk a little bit about what it means to be a person with a body and to be seen and to be paid such close attention to. I think we should be gentler and less comfortable commenting on people's bodies, no matter what. If you think you're saying something good or well-intentioned, whatever it is, healthy, unhealthy, big, small, this, that, sexy, not sexy, we just shouldn't, we should really work towards not doing that as much. There are ways to compliment someone or to ignore something that you see that you don't like, that I think we should help each other work towards, just to aim towards being safer and keeping each other safer. But I just also wanted to say, one, there are many different kinds of beautiful. There are many different ways to look healthy and beautiful. I know personally for me, the body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly, and at the lowest point of my life when I looked the way you consider my healthy, but that in fact wasn't my healthy. And I know I shouldn't have to explain that, but I do feel like maybe having an openness and some sort of vulnerability here will be something good might come from it. I don't know, but that's the first thing. Healthy can look different. The second thing is you never know what someone is going through. So even if you are coming from a loving place and a caring place, that person probably is working on it or has a support system that they are working on it with, and you never know. So be gentle with each other and with yourselves. And thirdly, the third one's unrelated, I guess. I just wanted to extend some love your way and tell you that you're beautiful, no matter what phase you're in. By the way, I'm not wearing eyelashes or eyeliner right now. This is my face, these are my eyes, so don't freak out about that now too, please. Oh my God. But yeah, sending you guys a lot of love, and I think you're beautiful, no matter what you're going through, no matter what weight, no matter how you like to do your makeup these days, no matter.
Okay, we can cut.
Hi everyone.
Please. I've had enough. I've had enough. This is what I'm gonna say on it. First of all, I want to shout out a book that we read in grad school called "The Body Is Not an Apology" by The Power of Radical Self-Love by Sonia Renee Taylor. And in that book, and we didn't read the whole book, we only read a couple passages from my remembering, but in that book, she talks a lot about bodies as bodies on a journey, bodies as being these things that, we as people have to inhabit, and all bodies are different, like Ariana is saying in this video. And so for me, when we have these conversations about what's a healthy body versus what's a not healthy body, I kind of, like I said a couple episodes, eat my ass. That's the kind of motto that I kind of have. As long as you are healthy in your ability, I don't even, healthy is such a like a triggering word, but it's like, as long as you are able to live a fulfilling and happy life, whatever that looks like for you, that should be your standard for health. And no matter what, I think something else that we need to kind of talk about in this conversation is Samira. Because Samira, she is a fat woman, a black fat woman on TikTok who talks a lot about body positivity and sort of calls a lot of, she really calls organizations to task. Specifically, this recently, what was Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory had a menu, like a separated menu called the Skinnylicious menu. That was their low calorie menu, and Samira called it out as being fat phobic. Like, why do we need to call this the Skinnylicious menu? Why can't this just be the low calorie menu? Like, there is a lot of conversation right now happening about what bodies are beautiful, what bodies are worthy, what bodies are healthy, what's too skinny, what's too this, what's too that. And I think it's honestly just, it's ridiculous. I also think it's rooted in privilege, because there are kids all over the motherfucking world who have ribs exposed. You can see their ribs, and we don't wake that up. We don't wake that up for the kids in Gaza who are not eating and don't have any access to clean water. We don't wake that up.
Period.
But when Ariana Grande has her ribs popped out, all of a sudden we need to protect this white woman. I'm over it. I've had it officially.
It's because they're sexually attracted to her. Let's call it for what it is. There's a lot of men out there who've been commenting on her body since she came out, since she was on Victorious. I remember when it happened, and every single man around me, regardless of when she looked younger, because she looked young when she came out, regardless of when she looked there to where she is now, have just followed and over-sexualized this woman. And she set up a boundary fairly early on in the career, asking people not to comment on her body. Right. So, and it's hard. Because, Gosh, how brave do I want to be?
Well, we gotta
Sometimes
wake up Blackiana though too. We gotta wake up Blackiana too, because we can't forget that era of Miss Arianka. We gotta wake that up.
I think we're traumatized. I think that. Well, no. Here's why. We watched. You might have been young while this was happening, but I wasn't. You know, we watched Amy Winehouse deteriorate and die in front of us while singing about not wanting to go to rehab, and we couldn't do a fuck ass thing about it. And like it was, we loved our Amy Winehouse. So like, and then Chadwick Boseman, we didn't even know he was sick. He just. I think we're traumatized. I think we're traumatized, and we don't want to continue to see stars that we like die young.
But also, don't you think that there's something going on in Hollywood right now? Because we also talk about Miley, and now we're also feeding into the talking about people's women, specifically even bodies. But like, I mean, come on, like this is a trend. Like this is definitely something that mainstream media has been pushing forward. This like skeletal, skinny, you know, I mean, I know my clavicle's coming out a little bit too, so I can't be mad. But like, you know, like this is something that is being perpetuated in our mainstream media. Like it's a problem.
Before I transitioned, I actually went through life technically being underweight, right? I was 5'10". By all measures, I was supposed to be about 160, 165, but I was about 130, 135. So by all classifications, I was about 30 pounds underweight. And it would fluctuate between the 10. I would get less during times of depression because I would stop eating, right? For significant amount of times. So I would just lose weight. And so for about but people also always complimented me at a certain skinniness. And queer men really, really liked a good rib cage or two showing. And so sometimes like I would use my depression as a way to stay skinny and lose weight. That's not a good thing. That's not great. That is self-destructive behavior, right? And I'm not saying this to like for any of that. I'm saying this as somebody who understands what it's like to struggle with body image and weight and technically being underweight. Right now, I'm finally sitting healthy. Once I transitioned and I got on the estrogen, my body was like, oh my God, finally what we've needed. And I immediately like gained weights in all the spaces I needed to gain weight in a way that I just never had before. And you know, that this is the healthiest for me, even though it is the heaviest that I've been in my life, right? But I also have friends who their entire life have been real tiny. And they have never gained weight. We have a family. Absolutely, babe. We have a family friend who she got pregnant, she had a baby, and she lost that weight within like 2 weeks.
Oh wow. She's
still skinny, and she eats more than me. I love her too. And so like everybody's bodies are different. And I'm not going to sit up here and comment on Ariana Grande's body. I'm not. I haven't seen the video, but I did see the photo. I'm not commenting on her body. I don't know what's healthy for her. And to Jameela, I get that you thought that you were doing something.
She nibbled on that, unfortunately. She did nibble.
But I fear that if this were something that weren't just her body looking how it looks, if it was actually a problem, my fear is that you may have just exacerbated the issue because you put her on blast, and now she's being forced to have conversations about it and not do her job, her activities, stay active. And if it really is a problem, like for me, it was my depression, right? And so every single time somebody would come at me and say that I was looking extra skinny, am I not eating, and things like that, if you gave me a personal phone call, and I have best friends who do that, and they know that that's the way to do it, then I'm receptive to it. But if I got called out in public for any of those things, and it put me on the defensive, I didn't give a fuck what nobody had to say about nothing. I'm doing what I do. And I'm more inclined to back the fuck off and disappear.
I guess my
So
question
it's yeah.
to that point, I'm like, what is our role supposed to be? Like, I think like people are so eager to want to like comment and like save and XYZ, and it's like you said, it's like if y'all really cared, would you really like make a post about it? Like, if you really cared, would you do a think piece on YouTube about it? Or would you reach out with some sincerity? Like, I also think that's another part of the problem of like people feeling entitled to like make opinions and make comments on people's bodies. Like, oh, you show up in the public eye, we should have some say in how you look or present yourself to us. Like, it's with the Chris Hemsworth of it all. Like, it's not just the women too. It's like, why can't people just be themselves and show up? You know, like I think it's just weird. This weird like attachment we have to celebrities.
Awful lot of people think that they can be Google doctors to random people and celebrities, and they
Heavy
don't know
on
what's
that.
going on in their life. Let that person deal with their doctor. You are not a doctor. I don't care if you can Google symptoms. I don't care if you can Google disorders. You are not a doctor. You are not her doctor. You are not my doctor. You are not anybody's doctor. Unless you are a doctor. You are just a normal person who can use Google.
Yeah.
And it's not, I don't know. It's hard. We should be able to have these conversations. But I think in this case, because she has set a boundary against talking about her body, then when you go out there and you actually talk about her body, that's already not going to be helpful. So I tend to like err not just on the side of caution, but in this particular situation, I tend to be a little bit more grouchy because I feel like she said a long time ago that doing this exact thing that Jameela did was not helpful to her. It actually caused her more harm because now she's making a video over explaining, right? She felt inclined to go up there and have to explain what's going on with her body. Girl, I'm with Makai. Tell them to eat your ass.
Eat your ass.
Nobody cares. If you are healthy, if you are happy, if you are living and you are thriving, you don't have to explain nothing to a fuck ass person. And that's not just an Ariana Grande thing. Y'all, if you are out there in whatever size and whatever body you are in, if you are happy, healthy, not hurting anybody, and you love what you see when you look in the mirror, fuck these people.
And the gag is half of y'all don't love what you see.
I mean, at the end,
half of y'all don't love what you see in the mirror. Half of y'all just love to make comments about other people, but then you don't even have the gall, gumption, and audacity to go out and get your own shit together. That's the real gag.
I mean, let's be real here. In a where they're basically doing, we have straight people basically doing gender affirming care in the form of look maxing. I think that we can be, I think we could be more confident in the bodies that we have if we're confident in them. You know, I think that be realistic about what you look like and be happy. I think everybody has their own gorgeousness. You don't have to do anything beyond what you want to do to be happy. And there's also nothing wrong with doing it too. I don't know. Let me not stop because this can turn into a whole different conversation about what I think is like harmful care versus like unharmful care about like taking care of your appearance. And I don't think that's an episode for today.
Well, here's what I'll say on that.
Since we have about a minute left.
I want to talk about it too. Here's what you could do. Brush your teeth. How about that? How about y'all floss? How about that? Let me think of one more. What's another thing that I need people to start doing?
Wipe your ass. Wash your ass.
Wash your ass. That's like top of the list. Touch grass. Classic.
Every day.
Yeah.
Get some sunlight. That vitamin D.
I think those are some more important conversations we could be having than Ariana's body. So let's take a break on that. And come back with something else.
We'll be right back. Yes. Stay tuned. Oh, we are back. Love Drag Race, love Drag Race, love Drag Race. So many things happening this week.
When are you going to get into drag? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to become my drag mom. When is it going to happen?
Girl, I'm not going to sit up here and say my tubes are tied. But I don't think Mama Diamond is quite... I don't think they're ready for Mama Diamond yet. I'll tell you what. Once we have reached 1,000 subscribers, which gives me what, a year and some time? We not there yet. if we can reach 1,000 subscribers, then I'll start doing some things in drag on this channel.
Okay, wait, let's make that. Can you guys get us to 1,000, please? I want to say PJ in drag.
Either if we get 1,000 followers, or we get, let's see, we haven't been getting no engagement on the YouTube, or if we get 100 likes collectively on all of our platforms, then I will get into drag.
Okay, well then I'm excited.
While we're talking about drag.
I wanna see it. So comments and people out there, please help us get to that goal.
So there's a couple drag races happening right now, and I want to talk about Down Under versus the World, and I also want to talk about Canada All-Star, which has been gagging me every single fucking week, and I'm so excited to talk about that. But something else caught my eye recently.
Oh.
I was on Instagram and I saw that Eureka O'Hara, who was a contestant on seasons 9 and 10.
Girl, do you know who our audience is? They know who Eureka is. Come on.
Girl, I know. I be trying to explain. Listen, I don't know who everybody is. You got to know. We might have some of the straights here. But Eureka O'Hara commented on somebody's post. They were talking about Metamorphosis.
Okay.
And how Metamorphosis was apparently supposed to be on All Stars 10.
Okay.
But was removed and replaced by Lydia Butthole Collins.
Okay.
And there's been a lot of rumors about what went down for a while. I've been waiting. I was like, these are all queer people. They messy as hell. It's gonna come out eventually.
Okay.
Eureka commented. He got one of the girls. By the way, trigger warning. Trigger warning. He got one of the girls drunk and took advantage of her. So when World of Wonder realized they were both cast on the seasons of All Stars, the story was expressed. They sent her home, and that's all I know. I found out after I did her podcast because one of the girls called me to explain. Further digging and other people's comments tied it to a bunch of information that now has revealed that queen would have been Carrie Colby. And Carrie Colby did come out and make a video basically saying she doesn't necessarily want to speak about it yet as to what happened, but one day she's hoping that she can, kind of confirming that the substance of the story is real. So insofar of it sounds like, oh, I haven't even said. So basically what it sounds like is they were hanging out in a hot tub one day. This is alleged. These are rumors. They were hanging out in a hot tub one day. Carrie Colby and Metamorphosis, and Carrie got drunk. And at that point, Maddie tried to take advantage of her. And then Carrie basically told everybody in the season 14 cast. And they all basically excommunicated Maddie. I will also make note of the fact that as of the recording of this video, Metamorphosis is currently away from her show to spend time with her family.
Okay. So wait, when we take advantage of, I'm not questioning the severity of it. I think I'm just confused as to what take advantage of means. Like, did you try to kiss her while she was drunk? Was there like touching and like, I don't know. Obviously we don't know the details, but I'm just like, this is definitely shady for sure. It's like, ugh.
Well, and we know that Metamorphosis is a straight man.
Right.
Metamorphosis is the first straight man drag queen to appear on the show. And to my knowledge, I think the only one. So my assumption would be, let me not assume. I'm not going to make assumptions. It's going to come out at some point. I'm not going to assume. I think somebody said took advantage sexually.
Oh.
But again, I don't know what that means. And so, yeah, I don't know where we go as a society. I'm going to be so honest with you because this this is happening a lot in every community, in every show, in every home. Like this is becoming a real problem
Yeah.
of straight men coming into spaces and assaulting the women or the objects of their sexual desire. And I'm just
You know what? No, we got to wake this up, and I think this is a bit of a bigger issue that you're touching on, and I think the truth is we can talk about loneliness epidemics, and we can talk about male loneliness and all that bullshit, but I think the truth of the matter is that right now nobody likes straight men, and nobody likes straight white men, and that's just the truth. And like, I don't want to just leave it at that because it's so easy as a queer non-binary person to be like, "Ma," but like, why don't we actually interrogate why that is? Okay, you guys oppress everything you can't have. You guys love to take advantage of marginalized communities. You guys love to just like ignore and further marginalize. Like, it's incredibly frustrating to me because it's like all we as queer and marginalized people want to do is exist, be represented in the media that we consume, have love, have joy, be in relationships with people that uplift us and support us. And straight men specifically, for some reason, don't understand how they could not be at the center of someone else's universe. And so it's this consistent trend of trying to like, oh, but what about me? The what about me is starting to get to the point where and not starting to, it's been like this for forever, but it's like, I think it's just at a fever pitch right now with this rising conservatism. Again, it's just like, it's frustrating. It's exhausting. It's like, why can't you just leave us the fuck alone? Like, leave us the
it's
fuck
the hypocrisy
alone.
for me. It's the
Yeah.
hypocrisy for me. You know, it's the do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
It's the every accusation is an admission. It's just
I look like John Lennon with these glasses on, don't you think?
John Lennon. I mean, that might be a stretch, but you know, I can see Prince. I can see Prince.
I can see Prince a little bit. Okay.
But I don't know. Like I said,
But
I'm just at a loss of words because it is interesting. You know, I just
leave us the fuck alone. Like, it's just exhausting. It's exhausting.
How do we share space with people who consistently show us that if we don't let them in the space, they're going to try to physically assault us? And yet, if we allow them in our space, now I guess there's a chance that they're going to sexually assault us.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I'm at a loss of word, guys, because I'm literally, this is my moral dilemma. So up until very recently, I used to go through life. I talked about my naivety the last episode, right? I used to go through life with this mindset, right? That people are inherently good people. And if given the chance between making a good decision, even if it's slightly more inconvenient, or making a bad decision that is more convenient for you, in a choice of making a bad decision that's going to harm other people, but you're not necessarily going to be affected, or making a good decision that's going to help people, but it's going to inconvenience you. I used to naively believe that a majority of people would rather be slightly inconvenienced in order for the greater good. And I'm realizing in my 30s that was my youth, and that was my naivety, and that was my wishful thinking, and that was my rose-colored glasses. And there's just way more people out there who are willing to just and maybe this is why my worldview is so, I'm trying to figure out how to process the world right now.
Yeah.
because everything I thought I knew about human beings, it's just not real, you know? We let that swimmer off. Isn't that swimmer guy still on the street living his best life? The one who with the bridge and school, do you remember that?
No.
You might have been too young for that. There was this guy, I think his name was like Brock something, who, when I was in my undergrad, he found a woman passed out underneath some bridge on campus, and he started having sex with her unconscious body. And then a group of other men found him doing that and had to chase him off, and he got arrested, and then he got let off because he was like a world-class swimmer and he could possibly be in the Olympics, and you don't want to hurt this young man's future and life and career because he made one little mistake. And they let him off.
PJ, here's what I want
This
to
has
say.
been
This is what I want to say. I love that you're coming to this realization right now. But for me, I've lost my faith in humanity. I've fully, completely given up on humanity. I feel like people are evil, people are selfish, people are petty, people are greedy. And I just don't, you know, the sad fact of the matter is that people don't have empathy. People lack empathy and they lack intelligence. And when you lack empathy and you lack intelligence, you are a cruel, cruel person. And I'm at a point in my life right now where unfortunately I do have to just protect myself. I have to keep my spirit protected and keep my joy and keep my peace. And it's very sad because I so deeply envision a world where we dismantle these systems of oppression, we dismantle these systems of racism, these of race and caste and class. And I truly like, I know I, you know, maybe I'm just talking the talk and like my praxis isn't backing it up, but I would like to hope it is. But I just I've given up. I think that unfortunately we're just doomed. And that's not fun to say. I know that like
yeah.
I know that like people are like, no, we have to have hope. And I have hope. I have hope. But I also have accepted the fact that like some things I just I don't know. I don't know. Like you know what I would love? This is what I would love. This is what I would love. I would love to live in a world where I don't open my phone and every like 3 scrolls I get is bashing a trans person. I would love wait, just wait, everybody at home, PJ, close your eyes. Imagine. Just wait, just imagine. What would happen if we left trans people alone? What would happen? Oh wait, I'm imagining what would happen. What would happen if we accepted people for who they were and we didn't judge anybody for who they loved or decided or how they decided to present themselves? Oh wait, just imagine. Oh, isn't that so wonderful? Isn't that so beautiful? And then when I open my eyes and I read the news or I'm watching people fucking bitch and moan about the fact that there's another black character added to this video game, or people want to get on black people for mentioning, why the fuck is Usopp light skinned? Why the fuck is Usopp white when Usopp has always been black? Let's like it just it when people want to talk about Love Island and how I don't even watch Love Island, but the black guy who was like, I don't like black girls, and the one black girl got paired up with him or whatever the hell the situation was, right? Like it just, I've given up. I've given up on humanity. So I have to get mine where I can. I have to support and love the people who are going to support and love me back. And I think to bring it all back, because I got in a bit of a tangent there. Fuck straight men. But don't fuck straight men.
Here's what I want to say one thing, and then we're gonna go to break, and we'll come back and we'll talk about Drag Race. But I want to say, you know, I have not given up, and I want to encourage anybody who's listening, and even my co-host, that you know we have to fight. No, but listen, because this is important. Because I wouldn't even be doing this podcast if I'd completely given up. I think on the macro level of our society, I think right now, for me, that's kind of a lost cause. But I think at the micro level, in our little communities, in the people that we interact with every day in our life, that's how we can start building up relationships. We talk, we gather, we learn to love each other. We get empathy, sympathy. We build. You know, I think that we have been broken and destroyed. I think that everything that we thought we knew about other people as far as their habits have been gone. We're traumatized. We don't trust anybody anymore because we feel betrayed. I refuse to live the rest of my life that way. And so maybe it starts with us. Maybe it's doing these shows and having these real conversations, sitting here in my trans body, sitting there in your non-binary body, having these conversations, being real, being raw, being out there with it, letting people make their decisions about what you're saying, and healing. But that comes with us acknowledging what's actually going on, and we don't want to acknowledge what's going on. We'd all rather close our eyes, close our doors, and say, that's happening over there, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But while you're doing that, there are cynical people who are coming into that room and turning into a whole different thing. Acknowledge the problems at home, start doing the work, start building up your micro communities, start combining those micro communities with other micro communities, and that's how you change the macro. But we have to start doing it. This sitting at home, feeling defeated, feeling sad, saying fuck the world, letting these people win. We have to stop letting these fucking losers win.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's it. We're gonna go to break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Drag Race.
Yes.
I know. Let's have a conversation about Drag Race.
Let's have a good lighthearted conversation. First of all, I want to know, let's start with Canada. I've actually really been enjoying Canada. I feel like the girls on Canada right now are girls that I have been like really excited
Girl,
to see
Tiffany
back.
and Co. put that pussy down this season, not necessarily in the challenges, but in her like game, in her making TV, and her fighting to get to where she's at. I was like, listen,
don't piss me off.
I didn't think that Tiffany and Co should win. Listen, I love it. That girl came there and was like, I'm gonna be messy. I'm gonna get my way to as close to the finals as I can, and I'm gonna do it. This has been a messy ass season. I have been every single week. I feel like I've been like, what? That's going to clip. I know it. That was way too loud.
It didn't clip.
Every single week, I've been like, what? And I think that that's exciting.
I'm gonna.
You couldn't have told me that Pythia wasn't going to be in the finale. You couldn't have told me Michaela wasn't going to be in the finale.
I'm sorry, but this is where I slightly have to disagree with you. I hate it. I really do.
You hate it?
A little bit, yes. Like this is part of the reason why I love. First of all, the fact that they went back to OG All Stars, well, not OG technically, but like season 2 All Stars rules was so gaggy. I loved that decision. But like, it just reminded me why I kind of don't like that decision, like don't like that format, is because girls who don't deserve, girls who are not as, in my opinion, this is my opinion, girls who are not who are weaker drag wise stay around longer because everybody wants to do I'm gonna send home the strong competition and I want to beat the weak person so I can stay around the next week. And it's like, okay, fine, I get it. You want to secure your spot in the finale, fine. But what that does for me as a viewer is it just lowers the bar for the entire season, right? Why is Tiffany there? Why is Nira there? I just don't want to see it. I'm like, each week we get to the runways and I'm sitting there like, okay. Like, it's just not exciting for me. Do you know how gagged I would have been if I got to see Pythia's entire package on the show, not on fucking Instagram where she's posting her shit? Great for her. I wanted to see it on the main
Now, to be
stage.
fair, I think that what Jada wears most of the time, she's had a few misses. I like what Jada's been wearing, and I like what Aurora has been wearing.
I like Jada, and I love Jada, and I love Aurora, and I love Sammy. That's my top 3, TBH.
I love Sammy. Well, yeah. I didn't think Nero was gonna be when the season was announced. I didn't think that Nero was gonna be in the top 4. But I
didn't
also,
either.
when they announced they're going back to All Stars 2 rules, I was like, well, damn, because who's gonna send the bitch home?
Yeah.
So at that point, I was and once Pythia was gone, I was like, is Nero gonna make the finale?
Once
Because
Pythia
she would
left,
be.
once Pythia left, I knew it was probably going to be Aurora or Michaela, and then Michaela left, and I was like, yeah, it's Aurora.
I mean, let's be real here. This is not. This is one of those seasons where it's very clear that they are going to crown Aurora.
Yeah. And rightfully so.
Um,
I'm not mad about it.
I think she's doing good. I'm gonna be honest. She probably. Actually, why am I saying this like this is a controversial statement? I thought she should have won her original season.
Yeah, I think that's what most people have said. I agree.
So I'm not mad at it per se. It's kind of like the Shea Coulee of it all, right?
Yep.
Except what Shea Coulee should have won her original season, but also Shea Coulee absolutely lost that lip sync.
She did.
So it's kind of, although I don't think Aurora lost that last lip sync either. That was a weird season.
I don't
Venus'
think she did
season
either.
of Drag Race was a weird,
Very weird
fucking
season.
They had a few weird seasons. The season that Venus won and the season that Giselle won, they were just very strange seasons. And I don't know what it was about them, but they were just, especially Giselle's season. Like her season was just very strange to me.
Who is just
That's
Giselle?
the season I think. Giselle's the one who beat Jada.
Hold on, I gotta look it up again. Let me see. Giselle.
I don't remember her last name, but Giselle something.
Canada drag. Oh yes,
Giselle Lullaby?
Lullaby. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Giselle. Oh yeah. No, I thought
It was
Giselle,
a weird season.
Giselle earned that win. I ain't gonna hold you. She did earn that win.
I didn't think so, but I also didn't think anybody else was going to beat her, if that makes sense.
No.
Let me say, I didn't live for Giselle, but I didn't think that there was anybody in that season who mounted an adequate challenge.
Yeah. What did you think about Jada almost quitting? That almost pissed me off. I was like, girl, not this close to the end.
I think I recognize where Jada's coming from insofar of there's at least been one, I don't remember what week it was, but there was at least 1 week where I for sure thought that Jada was gonna win. And they gave it to Aurora. Yeah. And so they have been playing in her face a little bit. And I think she's just fucking frustrated. Yeah. I don't think quitting was gonna be the thing, especially since, like, Jada, let's be real here. You probably could have taken Nira. Yeah. I don't know if you would have won, but you would have definitely did better than Tiffany.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and so for me, I don't know. Jada for me would be the person that I would have wanted to win this season. Like for me, going into the season, Jada and Aurora were like, and Pythia were like and Michaela. Those are my 4. Like I was like, I love those 4. Yeah. All 4 of those queens should be crowned today. And Jada won my heart. If there's like Jada has won my heart.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they see her winning though.
No.
Who's left? It's fucking Aurora, Nira, Jada, and Sammy.
I think Sammy might be the only person who could maybe upset and take it from Aurora. I don't think they're going to give it to Nira, and I unfortunately don't think they're going to give it to Jada. But I think that I could see a world where Sammy gags and pulls it.
I can see them giving it. I can see them giving it to either. Honestly, I just don't see them giving it to Nira. I can see them crowding Jada under certain circumstances. Like Aurora would have to collapse hard in the finale, like how Minnie Wang did.
Yeah.
How Minnie Wang absolutely could have won that season, but she had a terrible finale.
I agree. I agree.
So if Aurora did that, I can see it going to Jada. But I also think that they love Sammy.
Yeah, I agree.
So I don't know. I mean, Brooklyn is a very interesting judge. You never really know what she's going to do.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how do you feel about the three queens on the panel?
Love it. Love it. Do that for every fucking season. They do it. They do the same thing for Down Under. I was like, always have a drag race or a drag queen judge on the panel. Always.
Yeah.
Do it on the main. Well, I guess RuPaul's on the main show, but like have another drag queen RuPaul. Replace fucking Ross Matthews with like I don't know Raja. Or make it be Raven, because we know Raven's gonna be in the studio anyway.
Girl, let's wake this up, because I want to talk about Down Under. I did not like the gag. I did not like it. I wasn't here for it. Now, look, I get it. Y'all want to get some eyes on this show. But first of all, if you really think about it, 2 people went home last episode. Well, I guess they did have a non-elimination first episode. But still, like, Raven left, Nicole left. Now there's only Lala repping for America, which is fine. And then this last episode with Snatch Game, I'm sorry, but Floor should have went home for me. But also actually, no. Let me take that back. I do love Floor. I would take that back because I do think she did really good in the Kylie tribute. Nikita went home this week.
Nikita's hot.
Nikita's so I just love her drag. She has such like
she's hot
drag.
in and out of drag. Ooh.
Yeah.
It was time for Nikita to go.
But I do think it was her time to go.
That breaks my heart because I think she's a gorgeous queen. I watched her original season. I thought she was very talented.
Yeah.
At least in the runway and gorgeous, and I thought she was learning a lot. And I thought that she did. I thought that this run that she was having was a little stronger than her first season, but I think that she struggled to be seen in a room of people who were exceptional.
Yeah.
And that was sad. Yeah, that was sad to see her go. Are we loving the Art Simone domination of it all?
I don't know if I care for it. I think maybe they'll give Art the win now that we've seen this kind of happen twice in a row. I would love it if I low-key am like kind of team Coco Jumbo and low-key
I love Coco.
I love Coco and
I like Coco. I don't know if I like Vibe this season yet. She hasn't done anything that's really like maybe been like, yeah. And I love Vibe because I watched her season and I thought she was great. She hasn't really done anything that I've been like, yes. So she's just chilling for me right now.
Yeah.
God, who is in this season? I love Jade. Jade is the weirdest,
actually, Miss Jade
delusional.
Low-key might be my number 1 right now.
She is my favorite delusional girl who lives in her own world. I was like, I was like, girl, you better be lucky you pretty and you talented because you just.
Yeah. But that's like my
I love her.
sensibility.
She's kind of my number 1.
Yeah, I'm like, she's my number 1, low-key. That's my sensibility.
She's kind of my number 1. Lala needs to wear something that isn't what she's been wearing. That's all I'm gonna say on my good sis. That's all I'm not gonna do too much on my good sis. She's the only one out there repping us, so I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna say I hope the rest of your package. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope the rest of your package. No, it's been an interesting season. Maybe I just didn't think that Art Simone should have won this last challenge.
No, I thought Coco should have won. Low-key.
I for sure thought it was gonna be fucking Coco. My God, I'm glad. Yeah, I was like, who? I mean, yeah, good for her. Yeah.
But I also just think,
what?
Floor really.
Wait, this was Snatch Game?
Yeah.
Who was in the Snatch? Who was in the top? It was
Coco, Vibe, and Art Simone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was also a weird Snatch Game, if we're gonna be honest.
It was. I was not living for this one, unfortunately. I was just really irritated by Floor's Rowan Atkinson. Like, Mr. Bean is such a good Snatch Game character, and the fact, it was just funny. Michelle being like, "If you had just said nothing the whole time, you could have won," and I was like, "Yeah, that's Mr. Bean."
What I appreciate though about Michelle, and maybe this is an interesting take, and I'd be interested to see how other people hear about it, especially our international Drag Race fans, is that Michelle Visage, in a much better way than even RuPaul, seems to have a better understanding and kindness for the English being their second language queens. Because she really when Floor was like, I feel seen in the competition, I was like, oh my gosh, how many seasons have we watched now where Latino or Italian or any English second language queen have walked into the competition with RuPaul and been like, I don't feel seen.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they give a frick about my culture or where I come from or what I'm representing. Like, my God, this is a weird anecdote, but it's the first thing that came to my mind when I was watching the episode and Flora said she felt seen. All I could think about was oh my God, Global All Stars.
Millennia?
Nalania and the fucking margarita pizza. That they
Yeah.
were like, just say margarita pizza. And I was like, y'all, this is racist.
Yeah.
Like, are we gonna pretend like that?
It was rough.
Like, no, what? Stop tell.
It was rough.
So I actually really like Michelle as a judge
Yeah.
because I think more than
Me
RuPaul,
too.
she actually makes an effort to see all the queens and give all of the queens actual feedback
Yeah.
and actual help and things like that. You know, she actually engages.
Yeah.
So she can stay the host of Down Under as far as I'm concerned. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. I'm sold. I like her as a judge. That AI art on the wall was crazy.
Girl. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Which they've been doing every season now. Have you noticed? There's
For
an AI
Down
art on
Under?
the wall.
Or
For like, I think, because RuPaul also had an AI art portrait, I think last season, right?
Yeah, RuPaul did AI portraits when he was like doing the interviews with the girls. He was like, I'm gonna make a portrait of you, and then he turned it around and it was like an AI generated image of the girl he was interviewing.
Yeah, so this is RuPaul's Drag Race have decided that they're gonna choose the other side.
Well, honey,
the
let's talk
AI
about Stop
thing.
That Train, because Stop That Train had a lot of AI in it, and it was
Did it really?
Yes. Like most of the scenes
Mama
with the
Ru!
train running in the background were AI. And it's jarring. Actually, I'll try to do a little spoiler free like conversation about Stop That Train. It is basically just like a long form maxi challenge. I would say the first 45 minutes of Stop That Train are incredible. Like I actually really was like living.
Okay.
And then around the 45, 50-minute mark, it's like it just consumes itself. And it's like, oh, this is just I like literally like at the 45-minute mark, I like blinked twice and I was like, what am I watching? Like it just like I did it because like when you're watching a movie, you're like all the elements are introducing themselves, all the setups are setting themselves up, so you get the payoffs, like they're laying the foundation. So like all of that had happened in the first like 45 minutes, and then by minute 46 it literally was just like, oh wait, what is happening? I forgot. Like it just all just like became this weird amorphous blob, and it just lost all meaning.
That sounds like a Drag Race movie.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I've watched Hurricane Bianca.
Hurricane Bianca was good, but
Hurricane
there was
Bianca
like
was
a
not
through
bad.
line. It was simple and there was a through line. With Stop That Train, look, I'm the queen of camp. I'm the queen of camp, okay? Like I'm all for it. But like you can't like at a point there has to be something holding it down. And like it just got to a point where it was like heighten and heighten and heighten and heighten and heighten and it was like what's the foundation, baby? Where's the meat that's making us care?
But how was Mother Ginger Minge? The real winner, the best winner of every RuPaul's Drag Race season. Was she the star that she needed to be in that movie? Did she even? My assumption is that she ascended to her throne over Mother RuPaul and will be the next judge of Drag Race, and we will be watching Ginger Minge's Drag Race. So, how did Mother Ginge do?
I'm more interested in talking about Jujubee because Jujubee ate down. Jujubee's
always been a good actress, though.
I was like, oh, Juju's acting right now.
Juju has always been a good actor.
Ginger was fine.
Because she did what movie? Or not one movie. She used to guest star in fucking shows with Willem and them, right? I know Jiggly also used to do it. I think she's one of the people who have actually been able to do some of the other things. So
Oh.
Jujubee, I love Jujubee. I can't wait to see her on Canada's All Star season 2 as a guest judge, or as a guest judge, as the American contestant.
No.
No, actually, she's gonna be on drag. She's gonna be on Down Under versus the World season 2.
I don't want to see it. Juju's done. Juju doesn't need to go back.
She needs to be back every season, at least once.
All right. Well, you know what, PJ? Let's take a break. Let's take a break and let's do our
Absolutely.
details.
Absolutely. See y'all in a moment. Start this time. So my tea tale is about my voice, right? Specifically doing this podcast. So you were in our masters with me, and something I really struggled with was my voice, my speaking voice, because I've never felt like it was reflective of who I am. Performing gender out there in public, trying to pretend to be a male, meant that I had to force my voice to be lower than what it naturally was in order to do the whatever. One day we're gonna have a conversation about how interesting it is to fake it till you make it with the boys. But pushing my voice all the way down to the lowest ends of it was really doing a number on my voice. I would get tired, and it's created a habit now where even when I'm speaking in my natural comfortable voice, I still tend to bring it down because of years of conditioning of forcing myself to speak in the lower range. And I was fearful that was going to start to cause me to have some dysphoria. And then I realized my voice is just a part of me. It really and truly is. However high, low, mid it is. You can find a trans woman anywhere speaking in any voice. I watched a video of a trans girl and she had a deeper voice than I have ever had, just naturally. And it just was what it was. And I didn't sit up there and question to myself when I saw her, oh my God, she has this deep ass voice. I wonder X, Y, and Z. I didn't think about it. And I left that video being like, huh. Now, if I could watch another trans gal speak who has a slightly deeper voice, and I'm not sitting over here trying to clock her or make her feel bad about it. I'm not sitting up here being like, oh, that's clearly a this or whatever the fuck. I was like, okay, cool. I really love that wig. That was laid, honey. I wish I could lay my wig like that.
Wig? Who you saying wears a wig? I'm not wearing a wig.
It's not a wig, it's my hair. I learned that I can be happy with my voice. It can be whatever the hell it is. I love my voice. It can be as deep or as sultry or as sexy as the hell it is. I like to think of it as my great mama alto. And so that's my tea tale this week, is just learning to be confident in my own voice for the first time in my life.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. All right. This is going to be my tea tale. So this week, since I got back from Vegas, I've been, como se dice, a little thirsty.
Okay,
thirsty. So I've been on the apps, and I've been very thirsty. Like I've been hooking up like twice a day for the last couple days. Like,
come on,
I'm out in the street. So like.
My girl turned 25 and she was like, "We gonna celebrate."
I mean, wake it up. So I've been out and about, and sometimes you just have to own stuff. So I hooked up with this guy. What's today? I hooked up with this guy on.
It's Saturday today.
No, I hooked up with this guy yesterday.
Okay.
And first of all, he messaged me and was like, oh, are you in this part of town? Like, your thing is showing up as this part of town. I was like, no, I'm not in that part of town. Like, I don't know why my location is showing up in that part of town. he's like, oh, well, you need to, fix your location because it's keeps showing you, because we've like had this conversation a couple times. He was like, are you in this part of town? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm in. So I guess my location for this like one specific person was showing up as being not where I was. So he was like, oh, you need to fix that. And I was like, well, it's funny because now your location is showing up as weird. And he was like, no, actually I am like nearby. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was like,
Want to
yeah,
come
well,
over?
girl, I didn't say that. He was like, yeah, well, I'm going on a trip to Michigan soon. So I'm just like packing, my car's packed and ready to go. And I'm in this part of town. And I said, okay, well, cool. He was like, can I come over and I can do my thing? I can clean myself and prepare myself in your bathroom. And I was like, normally this like never happens, PJ. I never let anybody, I have never to this day, until yesterday, to this day, let anybody prepare themselves for an encounter in my bathroom. But I was feeling lucky. I was feeling bold. He comes over. He does his thing. He's quick about it. It's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in and out. I was still finishing up breakfast. It was fine. We get into the session. Vincent Van Gogh.
Oh no.
Jackson Pollock. Honey, it was a motherfucking mess. It was a mess. And not just like a little mess, because I can deal with a
I was gonna say he said 10 to 15 minutes.
Honey,
I was already like 10, 15 minutes.
Honey, it was a little bit of mess. I can deal with a little bit of mess. We reset. He goes back in, finishes up. It was more like 15, 20. He finishes, we reset, he cleans up, we get back to it. Maybe should I be sharing this on the podcast?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No. So that face was me thinking about like, what would I do if I was in that fucking situation? That wasn't even judging. I was like, what would I have done?
If I should be sharing
like,
this.
what would I have, like, I don't know what I would have. There's no judgment over here, baby.
We're already
Ain't
into the
no
story.
judgment over here, baby.
We're already in the story. We're just gonna finish it. So we reset. He cleaned. It takes another like 10, 15 minutes to reset. We go back to it, and girl, it was bad. It was bad. It was like, at first it was not good. This was bad. So then we stopped. Full stop. Done. Now, this is also part of the story, because while we were into it, I noticed a couple of tattoos. I noticed a couple of tattoos that I didn't notice before. Tell me why he had a 13 colonies tattoo on his arm with the American flag and all 13 stars in a circle. Tell me why he had a bald eagle on his arm. So then it clicked. Then it clicked for me. And I realized when I went to look at his profile while he was in the bathroom, his profile said, I am military daddy XYZ. I read it as into military, etc., 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 etc. And then all of the pieces came together for me. And I realized in that moment, this guy is either ex-army or is a cop. And I don't... So, my T-tail. Read the profile, guys. Read the profile and don't let these guys come over to your house unprepared. Because it's not gonna be tea. So that's... I cannot believe I actually just... Y'all better like this motherfucking video. Like and comment and subscribe right the fuck now, because I put myself on the line.
Teapot!
I put myself on the line for y'all bitches. For y'all entertainment.
This is the teapot.
Anyway,
whoa.
That's my T-tail. That's my T-tail.
I live. Don't be embarrassed. Listen, we queer. We queer. Let's destigmatize it.
I'm
It
not
happens to everybody.
embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. I'm
I know.
disgusted. I'm disgusted.
I
and
would have
I'm
been
upset.
disgusted too. That shit would have pissed me off. That shit would have pissed me off. I'd have cussed. I'd have cut. I'm gonna bleep out a lot of what I'm about to say.
Girl, okay.
I would have cussed that motherfucker out. I'd have punched him in his face and been like, "Don't you play with me like that in my fucking bed? In my fucking bed? Are you like, what are you doing?" And then when I saw the rest of this shit, I'd have been like, "Get out. Get out, get out, get out. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. I don't know what none of this bullshit is. I don't appreciate not nan one of these motherfucking things. I don't know what this is. This sucks. Now I gotta do laundry. Get out. Get out, get out, get out,
well,
get
luckily,
out.
I always put a towel down. Thankfully, I had a towel down. Thankfully.
Well, you have to, but that's crazy.
I'm like, most of it was confined to his body. I actually didn't get much of it on
Especially since Homeboy invited himself. Oh, well, kind of invited himself. Oh, I mean, girl.
Kind of. It just
anyway.
Let's guys. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I had a great time. Please just give us a like, give us a comment, just give us some engagement because we're starting out. We want to hear what you guys think of our show, and it helps when you give us engagement. You know, it helps get us in front of new eyes and new audience members.
And remember, leave that straight man alone and be sure that you prep for longer than 15 to 20 minutes. This has been T-Pod. Make sure that you see the world with a little more color. Woo! We clean. Ain't nobody don't pass me. I'm just so fresh. Y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you had fun with us today, don't be shy. Like, comment, and subscribe. And tune in every Friday at 5 p.m. for our full episodes. Have a good day. And remember to see the world with a little more